Alrighty, we are gonna go through some initial things we're gonna do to try doing some transplanting of trees. And the trees we are gonna try transplanting in these videos is gonna be dogwood. So what we are trying to do with this 40-acre tract here is we are actually going to add some screening cover to the borders of it. Everything else out here is egg fields, wide open. And so for accessing from different parts of the property, I mean, this whole chunk of land is just exposed. And we're trying to make it so, you know, there's more cover and area for wildlife to get away and feel comfortable, and to be able to access up to some of our hunting locations and using the property without having to disturb everything every time we come out here. And so we are going to do a couple different things for the screening phase of our land management, and that's going to be to try to transplant some trees in different areas. So we have a bunch of dogwoods behind me here, all these red branches you see, and they're small enough that we think we can actually go in, pick them out, and actually transplant them along the edges of this little tract of land. So with the dogwoods that we're going to try transplanting, we're actually going to only use them in one part of the screening locations. It's more of a test for us just to see what we can do by transplanting some of these trees that we don't necessarily need in some of these areas, because we'll do some other development stuff inside of the 40 acres that we may want them out anyway. So we're going to try relocating them here on the northern edge, and then we're actually going to do some more tree plantings on the other areas of the 40 acres along the western and the southern edges of the property. But we're going to do red pines in those locations, and that will be another little series of videos I'll do to show you kind of the steps and processes we're doing to do our tree plantings and making the land better. Stay tuned. Okay, so here we are at the northern edge. Sorry, it's really windy always here. We are at the northern edge of the 40 here. This is going to be where we're going to try to locate some of these dogwoods. And as you can see to the north, I mean, it is wide open to the road that way. And so we want to actually block this off from seeing the road and access to this location. And because we actually have some food plot programs going on in this 40 acres that, one, we want to keep somewhat hidden from the road for purposes of people seeing into the property, you know, able to apply some more cover for the deer and wildlife on the land, and then mainly access so you can get in and out and you're not disturbing everything every time you're coming out here. So stay tuned. What we'll end up doing is we're going to probably end up mowing a couple of sections in here where we're going to kind of locate some of the dogwood before we dig. Might make things a little easier. So we'll come in here, mow quickly, won't take too long, and then we'll come in here and actually dig up a hole with forks of the bobcat, and then we'll make little divots essentially in the soil here along the north border. And then when we go over to the dogwood, we will actually use the forks again and actually dig around the dogwood and pull those out of the ground. So we have quite a bit of them out here, and dogwood they don't really grow that fast in general, but we have some right here on these red branches. So we will come in with the forks of the bobcat and actually dig around the clumps of dogwood, and then we'll pull those up, relocate them into those little divots along the north edge, and see what we can do.